Hey, welcome back and happy Halloween. You're at the title, so you know what the video's about. So I won't waste any time. I'll just hop right in. To give some context as to what was happening, this happened back in high school, and they had given us these school laptops for work, like assignments and all that. But people started using them more for games. You had like the browser games and some older GBA games like Pokemon. I even saw someone once run Minecraft on there, and that was pretty crazy. But my game of choice was the GX Dual Academy GBA game, and it's actually pretty fun. Um, I had never played Yu-Gi-Oh before then, and it was actually a pretty fun introduction to the game. And yeah, it taught me a lot of the basics, and I had actually never seen the GX anime before, only the Duel Masters anime. So seeing like Psychroid pop out, like I didn't know what was happening. um, but yeah, to make this video a little more formatted, um, I'll be using the stages of grief to better format like the cycle and the descent into madness that I went into playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Starting off with denial, this is when things started happening, right? My class of choice for playing Yu-Gi-Oh in was math class, and I think I just picked that class because I thought I could still clutch up a good grade even if I didn't do as much work. But it wasn't the only class I played Yu-Gi-Oh in. I also played Yu-Gi-Oh in my history class and biology and all that. And I would just come in, sit down, and play the game and not do any work. The teacher didn't mind as much because I think she just really liked me. But I would promise myself like, yeah, I'll just do the work on the bus, and I would get on the bus and start summoning my giant rats and muka muka, whatever it's called. And during that, I would also promise myself like, yeah, I'll just do it at home, and I would go home and just watch Doug Zeef. It wasn't so much anger per se. It was more me being an entitled little brat who thought he could get away with not doing his assignments and still pass the class. Um, and I think I got this like high off of the first semester where I passed with like an A without really trying all that hard. So I would start to fall behind, a week, a second week, a third week, and I think I made an attempt to catch up, but because school just hands out assignments like candy, it's really hard to do that. So with bargaining, I wasn't quite bargaining with myself. I was more bargaining with this new idea I had in mind after the substitute teacher came in and completely replaced my old teacher. She had to leave because some health reasons. I don't remember why exactly, but he had promised us that we would more or less be able to either catch up or maintain our grade at a healthy number, because he would still be grading assignments. And I'm like, this is my ticket out. And so I started getting to work. I think I did pretty well. Turning in my assignments, chucking one out after another, making sure my computer wasn't in sight, so I wouldn't just like think like, oh, let me just get back on here and flip one more magnetar bug, please. Like, depression hit hard. The steam gyroid, he went a little too fast and he crashed and exploded. Because this substitute teacher did not grade as much as he probably should have, because I still had 30%. And it was devastating. I was so scared of not passing to the next grade, coming home and having to tell my parents that, hey, I failed math and I might be redoing that class or the whole year possibly. Um, and for someone like me, like, oh, I get paranoid. I get so paranoid over things like that. Um, but yeah, it was horrible. So you might be saying, what was there to accept, right? Is it taking responsibility for your actions and going home and telling your parents that you failed math class or doing summer school, um, having to actually redo the whole year? Um, Thankfully, it wasn't any of those. I went back home and I just kind of forgot about it over the summer, as I usually do. Um, and when school rolled back, I passed. I was like, well, okay, I guess the school forgave me. And turns out, I think it was like a couple of weeks into the semester, they called me to the counselor's office, and uh, she basically said, "Hey, just pass your current math class with a good grade, and we'll just replace the old grade." Um, so no real consequence to my actions. That's good. Uh, but I don't think everyone could be so lucky, right? I think there are people out there who could have done the same thing I did and wasted their entire school year playing Yu-Gi-Oh and faced the consequences of their actions. Um, but not me though. Uh, so in conclusion,